Good. Happy Friday morning, everyone, and happy TGIF. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, missing persons case dating back to 1975 solved. A 42-year-old missing persons case has been solved, but authorities said parts of the story with a New Hampshire connection remains a mystery. Officials are asking anyone who knows something to come forward. This story dates back to 1975 when 36-year-old Flora Stevens' husband dropped her off for a doctor's appointment at a hospital in Sullivan County, New York. When he came to pick her up, she was nowhere to be found. For years, there were no leads in the case until last month when Sullivan County officials were contacted by New York State Police. They were looking into skeleton remains that regularly fit Stevens' description. During their investigation, officials noticed someone was using Stevens' social security number, so they tracked the number to Flora Harris, a 78-year-old assisted living resident in Lowell, Massachusetts. Harris, who has dementia, had been living in the nursing home since 2001. Before that, she lived at a home at an undisclosed location in New Hampshire. Detectives from New York traveled to Massachusetts on Tuesday to interview Harris and were able to confirm that Harris and Stevens were the same person. Officials said she recognized a picture of herself from 1975. But while this case is closed, many details about her life remain a mystery as authorities have been unable to locate any living relatives. Anyone who may have information on this case is asked to call the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. Declassified JFK assassination documents released. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB.
Commerce Bank's free personal and free business checking accounts really are free. You get all these benefits and services free with no strings attached. To open yours, visit any Commerce Bank location or bankatcommerce.com.
Almost 54 years after President John F. Kennedy was gunned down in Dallas by Lee Harvey Oswald, Oswald himself then killed 2 days later by Jack Ruby, Americans still have plenty of questions about that awful day. So this document release, ordered by Congress 25 years ago, was supposed to shed some light. But so far, still more questions. Take a look at this 1969 memo from a man who worked in the U.S. Embassy in Mexico. It talks about a woman who attended a party with Oswald when he visited Mexico City just weeks before the assassination. It ran 34 pages, but just 2 pages were released, including this line, which entices the reader more. Quote, "If all the allegations in the attached memoranda were true, they would not in themselves prove that there was a conspiracy to assassinate President Kennedy. However, those who have tried to discredit the Warren report could have a field day. Much else in these documents points to U.S. intelligence considering foreign assassinations, including of Fidel Castro. And at the 11th hour today, President Trump decided to withhold hundreds of documents at the request of the CIA and FBI. Now, the president gave the CIA and FBI 6 months to take another look at those documents that were withheld, ostensibly for national security reasons. His order said most of those documents should be released when the 6 months is up.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Very interesting. Heavy downpours flooded streets, strand drivers in Portland. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8, Tyler Cataract.
And that could only mean one thing. It's Trucktoberfest. Actually, it's always Truck Month at Arundel Ford, and we're thinking ahead with our 2017 Super Duty Snow Fighter package. We've got 18 to choose from, starting at just $34,497.
Let's make it a Trucktoberfest to remember.
Don't wait until Truckuary. Check out the great deals at Arundel Ford today.
And experience your Arundel Ford difference for yourself.
There, Roger, that's right. Of course, dealing with some of that flash flooding here in the Portland area over the past hour or so. We are right along Danforth Street here. I'll have John pan over so you can see exactly what's going on. Several cars stranded along the road here when the water started to rise. Of course, we were talking all day yesterday about that flash flooding due to the heavy rain and then all of the debris, the leaves clogging up some of those storm drains. Looks like that may have been the case here. At least that's what we're hearing from folks. You can see here they got it blocked off on both ends now. Those two cars still stranded. There's somebody down there working just behind them looking to get some of that water to go down there. And it is slowly receding, has been since we got here about 10-15 minutes ago. But nonetheless, a very scary situation here. And we've heard several reports of flash flooding on area roads in the Portland area. On the other side of your screen, you'll see some of those reports here still coming in. Of course, Forest Ave and some of those other areas that are prone to flooding, dealing with that a little while ago. For the most part, what we saw driving around, they do seem to be receding. That water does seem to be going down, but of course, still a concern in areas where they are seeing that heavy rain tonight as it starts to move on out of the Portland area. Still some heavy rain in central Maine, also off into the mountains. So we are dealing with that flash flooding concern as we go into the day tomorrow. So we'll, of course, keep you updated, not only here in the Portland area, but across the rest of the state as well. For now, we'll send it back inside to you guys. Live in Portland, Tyler Cataract, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that report in that video. Big tech crashes earnings. Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Intel all beat expectations and saw their stocks shoot up after hours. The four companies have combined market cap around $2 trillion. All recent criticism of big tech in Washington, D.C. and the popular media does not seem to be hurting the company's financial results. Mattis visits Korean DMZ amidst nuclear tension. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News. Okay, looks like we're having little technical difficulties with the video. Sorry about that. U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis visited Friday morning, the heavily fulfilled border between North Korea and South Korea, known as Demilitarized Zone, aimed heightened tension over the North Korea's nuclear program and the war of words between President Trump and excuse me, sorry about that, and Kim Jong-un. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday, and I'll see you back here later on today with another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.